It has been exactly 1 year since I made this post, and I am now the most confident, most self assured, most authentic version of me that I have ever been. And here's the thing, nothing in my life significantly changed for me to feel this way. I am still in school. It's not like I've made a ton of money and have a new job. I didn't have like a significant glow up of any sort. Honestly, I look like I did when I was very young. Anyways, everything else has been the same except for me and my mindset, because I actually worked on healing the things that were holding me back, and I started embodying the things that I discovered about myself, the things that I realized were holding me back, and I decided to live in my authentic, aligned version of myself and do what felt right to me and truly embrace myself and completely love myself fully over this last year. And like I said, nothing significant happened in my life. Honestly, there's been a lot of really hard things that have happened in my life this year that I've just had had to go through, growing pains, all of that. So it wasn't my life that changed, but it was the way that I live in my life, the way that I go about interacting in the world, the way that I see things has completely changed. And let me tell you, before I healed, before I went through my rapid transformation, things weren't looking so hot. Like, I went through a very, very lonely time with it. Literally felt like I had no one. And I kind of did. Like, rewind to 2 years ago, I was home alone because my roommates were out of town for the whole summer. I had freshly kind of lost the person that I spent the most time with, like my best friend at the time, basically. And I was single. And I didn't really have any other friends that I was seeing at all, like on a regular basis. And I had come off of literally like house arrest for like 5 weeks because I was studying so hard for my board exam, and then I had too much time on my hands afterwards, and I had no one. And so it was just me alone, me and my thoughts, me and my dysfunctional patterns, and I literally thought that I would never be able to heal them. And I was so scared of that because I wanted to help people with like their mental health, with their dysfunctional patterns, and I was like, but I have all of these dysfunctional patterns. How am I going to help anyone? How can I help anyone if I can't even heal them myself? I knew so much about these dysfunctional patterns, attachment styles, people pleasing, codependency. I knew it. I understood it. I understood why it happened. I understood that like it wasn't real, that it was just my thoughts, but I didn't feel it. I didn't feel like I definitely hadn't overcome them. And let me add that I started seeing a therapist too, and that wasn't even helping at all. It was literally like, I know everything. Like, what are we doing? We're just talking. Like, it wasn't really doing anything. It wasn't helping. I was like, how do I get better? How do I figure this out? And it was pretty silent on the other side. And then about 6 months later, I realized that I had been doing the work, but not really doing the work. And what I mean by that is I was learning it, I was intellectualizing it, I was studying it, but I wasn't putting it into practice. And so when I finally put it into practice, my transformation was so quick, like less than a month, where things just really clicked because I discovered what I really needed. I discovered why I was acting the way I was, not just like why in theory are you acting that way, but what was it that I really wanted, that I really needed. And then I discovered how to truly give that to myself, and that made all the difference. And that's when this post came into being, because I realized I wasn't living authentically. And so over this last year, I've been maintaining this, and I was like, how long is this feeling of feeling peace, feeling confident, feeling really the sense of peace was so profound once I realized that I was on my own team. And so I have gone this whole last year really embodying this new person that I'd become, which really wasn't the new person. It was the old person. It was the real true me that was just stuck inside, hidden behind these masks and layers that were there that were protecting me, but they were really causing a lot of dysfunction in my life. Oh, and let me add that when I had a lot of time alone, I wanted to do things and I kept waiting for other people to do them because I was like, oh, we should do it together, or like, I need someone to do it with. No, you don't need someone to do it with. I thought I did. And part of me wanted to kind of do it alone, but I was like, I don't know, like, is that weird? I didn't feel confident enough to be able to do that. And I didn't know for various factors. Fast forward, I started doing a lot of things on my own, and that built up so much confidence. And now I go to events alone. I can do all sorts of things on my own because I found the teammate inside me, the friend inside me, the person that loves me inside me, and I can go out and pretty much do whatever I want, which is great. And I obviously would not have done that before. Going in rooms I never would have gone in before. I'm talking to people I never would have talked to before. I'm doing so many things that I never would have felt comfortable doing before because I found exactly what I need. I healed the patterns that were holding me back, and now I am so happy with my life. And even though there's so many uncertainties still, and I really don't know what's coming next, I can feel okay and at peace and calm about it all because I know it's gonna work out. I have faith in it. I know who I am. I know my boundaries. I know my values. I know what I bring to the table. And so I know that whatever happens, I can make it work. And last but not least, I can feel confident in helping you discover the answers for yourself so that you can reclaim your authentic confidence. I know I can help you get there, but remember, I am not the answer. You are.